Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com, and today I'm going to take you to another BC provincial park on Vancouver Island, and this one is called Rathtrevor Beach. Now, this is one of the larger provincial parks of Vancouver Island. It must have around close to 200 campsites in it. Here we are here. You can see this little section of forested land. And its claim to fame is this huge beach. When the tide goes out, it exposes a very large beach, up to 1 kilometer long. Also in the spring, there's a big migration of brant geese. I've never seen that myself, but it'd be interesting to see. Anyway, what I'm going to do is show you right in here. There's quite a few really pretty campsites in the forest. I'm going to come out over here and give you a walk along and around and then show you the beach. I'm also going to show you they've put in a few new loops right in here. I'll give you a look at that. And then later on when the tide goes out, I'll go out with Anne and we'll give you a look at the beach when the tide's out. Now I'm not going to be able to show it at its max tide level. Unfortunately right now the winter season, the low tide is sometime around 3 in the morning, but we'll get a pretty good look at it. Anyway, stay tuned. This is a fairly long video, so grab a cup of coffee and let's go. So here's the campsite we chose. This is actually number 111. Not a whole lot of difference between the campsites. This was just a nice long one. Nice and flat. I didn't even really have to level anything side to side. You get your picnic table and you get a fire ring. That's about it. So I thought I'd take you down to the beach. We'll walk along the beach and maybe go check out what the tide's like. This place is famous for their big long beach at low tide. If you walk through here, kind of a neat old log. It's disintegrated and trees have grown on it. We'll check out that mushroom. Notice there's lots of mushrooms in this forest. Cool. Site next to us. You can see they're sort of the same. Just a lot of similar sites in the forest. The beach is just a short walk, especially on the loops on this side. It's just at the end of this road here. Maybe like a 1-minute walk. We got half the loops blocked off this time of year. Just not enough people. And scattered around the campground is water spigots. It's a beach access trail. Very short. There we go. Really calm morning. Look at that. So straight across from us is Texada Island. Then beyond that is the BC mainland. A little hard to see right now. Kind of over that way, the Sunshine Coast. Last September we did a little trip to the Sunshine Coast. I'll link to that if you want to watch that. And we go this way. You can see the beach up there. And there's an island around the corner. You go to where Parksville is, and they have a beach down there. Lots of RV parks along there. And off in the distance, there's a Hornby and Denman Island. Lots of people come along here for their walks, their dogs and stuff. So we'll walk back through the trail and we'll get down around this point is the main Rathtrevor Beach. One thing about this park is there's a lot of trails for hiking and biking all over the place. Most of them are pretty flat too. The land around here is pretty flat, so there's not a lot of elevation to anything. Very easy. A lot of younger trees here, but there is some biggies. Pretty thick and tall ones. A lot of different vegetation. There's a nice looking, it's like a maple tree, still green. October 20th today, still green. Lots of ferns. So if you like camping in the woods, but not far from any towns, this is for you. I guess that's why it's really busy. In the summer, you gotta reserve for the most part. But this time of year, there's not too many people around. Temp today about 12 degrees, 13, maybe 53 Fahrenheit. But calm. Made my way down to kind of a pretty little spot here, kind of a little cove. Tide's still quite far in, but it's kind of exposed some of this seaweed, like of a seagrass. Continue around the bend to the main area. Check out all the shells here. Kinds of clams and mussels. Looks like someone made themselves a little driftwood fort here. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. You did a good job. This is the main Rathtrevor beach over here. Right now the tide's in pretty far, but when it goes out, especially when it's a low tide, you can walk basically a kilometer out from the shore. It's a big, flat, sandy bay. And of course, when the ocean water comes in, especially in the summer, the sand heats up and it gets quite warm. That's why it's super popular to come down here. And of course, lots of wildlife, lots of bird life, marine life around here. Kind of a wildlife sanctuary. Another feature of this area is bunnies. I guess they got a problem with bunnies. They got tons of them here. Seem pretty tame too. All sorts of holes. Mr. Bunny. Mrs. Bunny. So this is sort of the main beach area. There's a big parking lot here for day use. People go for walks out on the beach. Still got a couple hours of tide to go out, so I thought I'd bring Ann down later and we'd walk out on the beach. Give you a look at it. At sort of a somewhat low tide. Unfortunately, the low tides this time of year are like 3 in the morning. Some of the different shellfish here. Horse clam, pink makoma, Japanese little neck, native little neck, heart cockle, sand clam, butter clam, mud clam, edible mussel. So we were camped over in this forest area, and I walked out and walked down the beach around that point. And down here, this is the main Rathtrevor Beach area. You can see the tides going out just the short time I've been here. You sweep around this way. There's more to the park down there. You can kind of see where it ends down at the houses. There's all sorts of picnic areas here. But back in here is another camping loop, so I thought I'd go in and check that out because the gates are closed, but I just want to see what it looks like in there. Take you along, we'll have a look. Campground expansion project. In response to the public demand for increased camping opportunities, government's investing $22.9 million in campgrounds. This will include new campsites at Rathtrevor Beach Provincial Park. Over the next year, 3 underutilized parking lots will be converted into 50 fully accessible campsites, sized to accommodate large recreational vehicles. These additional sites will free up camping opportunities within the existing campgrounds. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I was just walking along here. Other campground is over here. Walked along, there's the main parking area. We were just on that beach. Just walked across this park. So we'll go check out what these loops look like. Okay, yeah, they're nowhere near as nice as where we are. It's kind of like you can tell it was a parking lot, but it's nice that they put in some more campsites. Expanded it a bit, but you're kind of beside each other here. It's your typical looking one. So I guess there's 3 loops of this type of deal. You got some porta potties and garbage, some water spigot. So one thing about this park is they keep everything pretty well maintained. It's a year-round open park, but they keep the trees trimmed really well. So people with big and high RVs, not too much problem here. A lot of room for a forest site, that's for sure. I guess that's why it's super popular. It can fit a lot of the larger trailers and motorhomes in it. Just walking out of the new loops. Maybe we'll walk you back to my campsite in the main camping area. Show you the entrance and a few of the facilities that are in there. Have you seen any of the red ones?
The red with the white spots?
Yeah.
Those are the Amanita muscarias.
I see them in Oregon all the time, giant ones.
Yeah.
When I go down the Oregon coast.
Yeah, I've seen them down there too.
They're amazing looking things.
Yeah. You can eat them if you boil them several times.
Those are some pretty interesting mushrooms. The guy seemed to be a mushroom hunter. He was, knew a lot about them. He even was making soup out of, I think, lobster mushrooms or something. So this is the main road in. It's pretty easy to access. You come off of the main island highway. The signs say Rathtrevor all over the place. Start heading into Parksville, then you take a right off the road into Parksville, then a quick left and a right, and then down this road. Look out, bunnies! Out of my way, or you're gonna end up on my smoker. Okay, show you where we are on Vancouver Island. So where we normally stay is up here. Where are we here? Down. Can't Campbell River, right there. We stay right on a little spit in Campbell River. Last video that I went somewhere, we went out here to Buttle Lake. We camped right there. So this time I wanted to give the rig a longer trip, so we came all the way down through Courtenay, down along here to Parksville, and we're right down here, Rathtrevor Beach Park. You keep going down, you got Nanaimo, and then further down is Duncan and Victoria. So we're kind of in the center of the island, maybe a bit lower. Campground maps. So that's where I just walked through one of the loops and showed you, and we saw the mushrooms, main parking area, and now we're going to go into the main campground area here where we're camped. And this is what it looks like here. So you have 100 and something sites in there, and we're camped in 111. They've actually blocked off quite a few of the sites. There's some walk-in tent sites. You can get this information online. I'll link to the Rathtrevor Provincial Park site. The main entrance here. Okay, this time of year it's all self-registration, but in the busy times they have a pay spot. And you can see regular fees right now, $35 a night. And unless you're an older dude, 65 or older, $17.50 a night. But I read online that not too long now, I think it's October 28th or something, it goes to $13 a night for the campsites. Anyway, you fill out the card there, you know the drill. Put the money in the envelope, put it in the box, and you're good to go. And for you youngsters watching, this is called a payphone. And this is what we used to have to do. We'd have to find one of these if we wanted to call someone. We had no cell phones. Oh wow, this one's even working. Holy cow. Amazing. Oh, you'd have to put money in too. Oh, looks like they're renting trailers. Full service hookups, well equipped kitchen and barbecues. Oh, it's some nearby RV park. Bathroom for people that use those. They have hot showers too. I think they're free. Yeah. So it looks like every second loop they have bathrooms, flush toilets, and hot showers. And then they have the garbage and the recycling bins kind of in a loop. It's a kiddie playground. Each loop gets an interesting name, Sea Blush Lane. We're on Spring Gold Lane. So I think I'm going to grab Anne, and we're going to go to maybe the north end of the park boundary and walk past it along the sea shore there. She wants to see a place that her sister used to have way back in the 90s or something. Had a waterfront place. And then at low tide we'll go see what the beach looks like. Stay tuned, folks. Oh, it's a hard life. Mr. Squirrel or chipmunk, rodent of some type. Glook, 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 glook. There he goes. What's that, a blue jay? That's a squawk of a blue jay.
People are going to see us.
Oh, they make that noise. Taking a little walk. There's the park boundary at the north right there. Now we're into some of the nice waterfront places people have. Beautiful. Lots of seaweed on the beach up here. Rock crab didn't quite make it. Lots of good crabs in these parts. Lots of Dungeness. It's a little rock crab, I believe. And sister used to own this house back in the day. And used to come out and visit her back in the 90s. Go hiking around into the Rathtrevor Park. Inside there's a porthole. It was off of one of Anne's dad's old ships.
No, it was off of one of Al Capone's rum runners.
Oh, I was wrong. How do you know it was Al Capone's rum runner?
I don't know, Dad knows that somehow.
Oh, he knows. He made up a story. He just grabbed an old thing he found and said, made up a story about
But
it.
we used to have that porthole in our basement door when I was a kid, and when Dad came home from fishing, his face would appear in the door. Before he opened the door, he would just stick his face in the porthole in the family room downstairs.
There you go, a piece of Vancouver Island history. Glue, glue. That's a new noise. There we go, back a few hours later. Give you an idea how it goes out. And this is what they call a high-low. When it's a low-low, it goes way the heck out there. Okay, after about a 5-minute walk, I've made it to the edge of the ocean. So calm today. Peaceful. looks like nothing until you start to get really close. You can see all the life going on in here. Interesting little shell. Kinds of barnacles. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at another one of our beautiful British Columbia provincial parks, Rathtrevor Beach. We sure had a good time. Nice little getaway from the RV park. Let's do some fall camping. Taking it easy. Till next time, Ray from loveyouRV.com. Cheers, everyone.